Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Leo here, and we're gonna be bringing back another Dimash reaction. And today we're gonna be reacting to Dimash Kudaibergen, Daybreak. Okay, so this song is actually quite a sad and sorrowful music. And so for those of you who don't know the story behind this song is written by Han Hong, which is actually a famous Chinese singer-songwriter in China. And she wrote this song. She's dedicating this song to a young boy, a child, who lost his parents in a cable car crash. And I believe, and what happened was there was this accident and the cable car crashed, and his parents, I believe he was 2.5 years old when his parents died, with their hands holding the baby so that he could survive the crash. And that's just such an emotional and touching story. It just shows how deep parents' loves are for their children, and it's just so this song is it has a really sad background, and the music itself is really emotional as well. I've listened to the original Han Hong version. I've also listened to Dimash version on the singer, and I've actually listened to this one as well. But yeah, and I see why you guys recommend me this one to do a reaction and analysis of. Because I believe in the singer version, Dimash was actually sick. He was really sick to a point that he almost lost his voice, that he had to go to the hospital and get an injection. But he still managed to sing that song. He still pulled it off beautifully. And it's just unbelievable, because most people, when you catch a cold, you can't sing. When you get sick, when your throat hurts, when you have sore throat, you obviously won't be able to sing. But Dimash, even though he was struggling from his sickness during that point, during the singer competition, he still performed. And he still did super well. That just shows how good of a showman. It just shows how good of a performer he is, how dedicated he is to his music, how passionate he is. He wouldn't, even though he's sick, he still works so hard. Again, for somebody to be at a level of this, it requires so much hard work. Obviously, it requires talent, God-gifted talent, but I believe the talent is only a small part. The hard work is mostly, it's 90% is actually him working super hard days and night, putting hours and hours and hours, probably not losing time to do other stuff. He's probably unlike some other people, he's probably taking a lot of vocal training, being classically trained, taking courses, and dedicating almost all of his time into his vocal exercise training to be a better singer. And he never quits. He's just improving. He's getting so much better. And yeah, that's what makes him such a great singer, not only because of his amazing voice, his humble personality, and also how hardworking of an individual he is. And this song, and let's see how he's gonna do it. I have heard of this one, and I'm rewatching it again. And 3, 2, 1, start. Already emotional piano introduction.
那是一个秋天，和我那么眷恋，然后想起他们那双无助的眼，住在那美丽风景灿烂的地方，我听到一声追响，真是山谷。就是那个秋天，才看不到爸爸的脸，他 有他的桌垫，躲进我重生的祭奠，黑暗中泪水长满了双眼。不要离开，不要伤害。
Okay, taking his inner monitor out. Okay, so I'm gonna pause it here. As you guys can see, this song is packed with raw human emotions, especially through the glance of a child. So the family is they're going on a trip, they're seeing this mountain, they're seeing beautiful scenery, this really beautiful place, but suddenly an accident happens, this thing crashes, and then his father and mother are raising the child with their shoulders, raising the child to safety, and the child lost his parents. He's deeply emotional and really sad, and you can see his eyes are filled with tears in the dark night. And this all happened on an autumn day, and that's all the lyrics. This song is packed with emotion through the lyrics. Obviously, Dimash sings it with really emotional voice. So the first part, he was singing at his lower range, right? And then he took it up an octave. Just to that contrast, it's actually making it a lot more emotional than just singing it on a straight note, and it's just beautiful. Let's continue.
看到爸爸妈妈就这么走远，留下我记得陌生的问缺点，不知道未来还会有什么风险。我想要紧紧抓住她的手，妈妈告诉我希望还会有，看到太阳出来，妈妈笑了，天亮了，只是一个夜晚，天上星星点点，我在梦里看见我的妈妈，一个人在世上有机会坚强，你不要离开，不要转开，我感到爸爸，我感到爸爸妈妈就这么走远，留着我在这陌生的人间间，有我会在这残忍的美丽的花园，我想要紧紧抓住她的手，妈妈告诉我希望快会有，有我会在这草原的美丽的花爸爸妈妈就这么走远，留下我贴在陌生的人之间，夜晚为他制造一个美丽的花园。我想要紧紧抓住她的手，妈妈告诉我希望还会有，看到太阳出来，都能照
My whole body was literally trembling, like listening to. I didn't want to pause it after that. Like, I didn't want to pause it. I just want to listen to it thoroughly. Man, he sings it. It's on point, and his Mandarin is on point. He's pronouncing most of the words like very accurately, like with some exceptions, but he doesn't speak Chinese, and for a foreigner to sing in a different language, and obviously he couldn't speak Chinese back then, and he still sang it, like he still sang almost perfectly, and that's just really amazing. Like, I mean, try it yourself, like learn a song in a different language which you don't even speak of, and see how you're gonna do. And that's just, it's amazing, Dimash. And his voice wise, I'm gonna be jumping back and analyze part by part. So this part.
看到爸爸妈妈就这么走远，留下我记得某些的问题点，不知道未来会有什么发生。我想要紧紧抓住她的手，妈妈告诉我希望还会有，看到太阳出来，妈妈笑了。天。
Okay, so you see how in the first chorus, so this part, as he was letting the emotion out, the emotion pouring into us, and you see the background, the waterfalls is being shown, and he's saying, the words he's saying are like, I see my mom and dad, they're pulling me back to safety, and how they're like, how my mom said, it's daybreak, and the last words, and that's just so emotional. And yeah, let's keep going. The night is filled with stars in the sky. So basically, this part is the child on the night he sleeps, and in the dream he dreamed of his mother who passed away and trying to save him, and his mother's last words were like, stay strong, you being alone in this world, you have to stay strong. And the child is deeply impacted by, and the child is really sad, and he doesn't want to be alone. He wants his parents, because his parents are what the people who love him the most. He wants his parents. He wants his parents to be safe, to be by his side. He doesn't want them to die. And so he's being sad. He's like, I don't want to be alone. And then the next part, the part that's coming, is going to be, it almost sounds to me like the child is, literally, it sounds to me the child is screaming out of sadness, screaming out of, not anger, but screaming really about how sad the child must be feeling after this happened. The next part is gonna be really emotional, and he's singing the high notes. Okay, so this part. So the way he's singing in a really, really high voice could mean the child is screaming his inner monologue, and he's saying, my mother and father passed away, but I want to grab their hands this time. They used their hand to bring me back to safety, to keep me alive, but this time I want to save them. I want them to come back to life. I want to grab them, as he wants to reach out to his parents, but he can't get a hold of them. So he's saying, I wish I can build them a beautiful garden. Like, and I believe that's just him saying he loves his parents so much. He's feeling so sad for his parents' past that he wants to build them a garden in the afterlife. And that's all he can think of. And it just has to be that it has to be super tough. It's really, I feel really sad at the same time. Like going through that must be traumatizing for a child's development, and I hope the child is okay. Like, yeah. And this part, and that part sounds like a child is crying out of sadness. And that's super impressive. Like, it's almost like he's singing up a scale, but really in really fast ascending notes. And I don't think he did that in a singer version, but that's really different, and that's really impressive. That's super impressive. Let's continue. He's always so Okay, you see, whenever Dimash drops to his knees, that means he's giving it all. He's putting his soul into the song. He's letting go of everything, and he's just being present on the stage. He's just delivering everything he has, and that's amazing. And you see this here, 天亮了. He sang it. He sang those words. It's daybreak. He sang it in a really high voice. It almost sounds feminine to me, that voice. It's super beautiful. And then he's gonna sing another one in contrast to that one. He's gonna sing It's Daybreak again, but in a much deeper voice. Let's listen. And this time it's lower in the octave, but it's still gorgeous, still angelic. Beautiful vibrato. You know what's so funny? Like, even the end, even when he was raising his head, he was singing that last note, he was pulling off that last note, even when he breathed, it sounds elegant. Even when he breathes, it sounds perfect. It's just, I wish I can be that perfect in this. And look, so many audience, like the audience, they're all cheering for him. They all have their phones, they all have the lighting sticks, and man, such an emotional performance. For this one, I didn't even want to pause. Like, that just shows how touched I am. And yeah, I believe the child who was in this accident, he was later on adopted by Han Hong. So I think that's a really nice thing that Han Hong did, and she's like, and she can take care of him in this strange world, full of strangers. And hopefully the child is right now receiving education and getting help for his like, he's not that sad anymore. Hopefully he's become happier. That's essentially what I'm trying to say. Hopefully he's not struggling. He's living powerfully. And yeah, and that's just, yeah, and that sums up my reaction. So like this video if you like it, and consider subscribing to my channel, and tell me what songs I should react to next. And follow me on Instagram, Facebook if you have them, and I'll see you guys next time. Okay, peace.